Hello YouTube, and welcome to my review of the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider 2, the next version. Starting with the head articulation, his head can go 360 degrees. But just like Kamen Rider 1, this scarf does hinder his posability down, so you can't really get him to look down all that much, but he can still look up a good bit, and side to side about as much as you would want him to. For torso articulation, he has a ball joint here and a ball joint here, which means he can go side to side a little bit. You can bend to this side, and he goes this far down and that far back. Okay, he has no shoulder armor to contend with, so his arm can go really high up. He can also rotate 360 degrees, and the ball is in there, so he does have that circular movement. His arm can be rotated 360 degrees below the shoulder. He has a double jointed elbow, so he can get almost 90 degrees. Not quite, because of the muscle in both his forearm and his bicep. His fist can be rotated 360 degrees, and it can swivel depending on where you have that joint. Before I go into the legs, I want to take the time to say that the belt is a loose piece, and it's not just the red belt itself, it also has the black leather on the top and bottom. And the legs are on a type 1 hip, which is a ball joint on a hinge, so it goes up and down. And his legs can be brought to almost a complete split, but not quite. But you can get some really high kicks with him. The legs can be brought this far forward. They can be brought back a little, but as you can see right here, you try to do it too much, the leg will pop off, but it just pops right back on. No problems. The knee is double jointed, so he can touch his own butt. This being an early Figuart, he has the metal feet, which is very nice. They can rotate 360 degrees right here at the end of the boot, and right here at the ankle itself. They twist that far in, even further out for some reason. Goes back, forward, and the toe is on a hinge. For accessories, he has a pair of fists. I do not want to take these off because I fear that I will break the ball joint, because these are on extremely tightly. So, sorry about that. Anyway, these other hands include 2 splayed angry hands, 2 karate chop hands, and 2 open palm hands for his running and or bike poses. And he comes with 2 different scarves, just like Kamen Rider 1. He has the down one, and he has the blowing in the wind one. Okay, comparison time. Kamen Rider 1 has shoulder pads. Kamen Rider 2 has nothing. Kamen Rider 1 has 2 stripes going down his body, whereas Kamen Rider 2 has 1 stripe. Did they get that backwards? Maybe. I don't know. Their heads are almost the same, The battle damage is a little bit different, and of course the pain is different, but the pain is different pretty much everywhere. But other than the actual head damage, I don't see any real change in the sculpt, because the mouth looks the same, the eyes look the same, the antenna look the same. And he has a darker scarf where he has a bright blood red scarf. And of course the belts are different colors. Let me get the shadow out of the way. Belts are different colors. Same belt, just painted differently again. And that's about it. Final thoughts. Kamen Rider 2, the next version, is a great SH Figuart in my opinion. Yes, he doesn't come with that many accessories, just 4 pairs of hands and 2 scarves. But in the show he didn't have any weapons, he just used his fists and his feet. So I can't fault the figure for not having something he didn't use in the show. This version of him is getting pretty expensive nowadays, so unless you really like the battle damage helmet, I recommend getting the first version. The color differences are minimal at most. However, Kamen Rider 1, the differences between his colors in the first and next are much more pronounced. But for Kamen Rider 2, there's hardly any difference at all other than the undamaged helmet. Anyway, see you at the next review.